Well, it's almost time for tonight's Sign Zone, which begins with the Spice Trail. And Kate Humble's looking at two ingredients that caused wars: nutmeg and cloves. Now, on BBC One and BBC One HD, with the weekend ahead of us, here's the Weatherview with John Hammond.
Hello there. Well, I hope you've survived the ups and downs of this week's weather, and boy have there been some ups and downs. Some sunshine, but some torrential downpours, even the odd tornado reported on Friday, all courtesy of this mean area of low pressure. Now that low is quite important because as that begins to drift away during the course of this weekend, so it means that the weather will begin to show signs of settling down with fewer showers, and hopefully that is the story as we go into Saturday. But before that happens, a glancing blow for some rain for the far southeast and some heavy thundery downpours still rumbling away across the far north of England, central and eastern Scotland. Elsewhere, a mostly dry end to the night and not desperately cold, 10 to 14 degrees north to south. Saturday then, well, there will be further showers, but they will tend to be a dying breed across the southern half of the UK. More heavy ones to come though further north, particularly for parts of Scotland and northeast England as we get into the afternoon time. So if you are heading north up the A1 for example, don't be at all surprised if you encounter some really nice conditions on the roads here, and certainly for a good part of Scotland it will be cloudy and at times very wet. If you're travelling to the Scottish Open Golf for example, conditions not great here. One or two showers for Northern Ireland, but again they won't be as heavy or as widespread as they have been recently, and a good part of Wales I think will get away with a fine afternoon, with any showers becoming very isolated, and for southwest England as well. So a reasonable day, feeling somewhat warmer than it has done recently because of the sunshine and lighter winds as well, and temperatures nudging 20 degrees here. Across the southeast in London we might just hit 23 degrees, and again any showers will be few and far between. As we go into the evening and night, so most places again stay dry, and these showers across Scotland will become rather less widespread, away that is from the far northeast. Again, not a desperately cold night, temperatures should stay in double figures. So on Sunday the low has retreated away northwards. It's not entirely plain sailing because high pressure is struggling to build in from the west, so there will still be one or two showers around. The main focus across the more northern and eastern areas, but plenty of dry and bright weather in between, and again with light winds it should feel reasonable enough. What about next week? Well, for a time at least the weather will settle down with some lengthy dry, bright and pleasantly warm spells. Signs though by midweek that things go downhill again. So for northern parts of the UK, still some showers around, but by far less than we've seen recently, and the temperatures will recover to respectability I think for a time through Monday and Tuesday. Across central areas, a fine spell for the beginning of the week, just a sign though that shower clouds will begin to develop again as we go through Tuesday, and it's a similar story across the south. Probably Monday one of the better days. By Tuesday signs of showers beginning to develop again, but temperatures in the meantime up to around about the low 20s. So an improving story for many. Much more detail of course as ever about the weather for the next few days can be found online. Good night.
There you go.
Oh, lovely.
Where would you like these, mistress?
Anywhere inside, Les.
Yeah, I heard your son got into medical school. You must be so proud.
We're over the moon.
You'll be able to retire then.
No chance. Not with all those student fees. Les, 10 extra white tomorrow.
Accidents at work can shatter lives, so find out how to avoid them. Call us now or search online for Shattered Lives.
Hi, I'm Lee Mack. This week, join me and my all-star cast where my guests are Katie Price.
Hello.
And Rod Gilbert.
All right, boyo. Katie, could you cover up a bit?
Lee Mack's All-Star Cast, Saturday at 9:50 on BBC One. Catch up on BBC iPlayer.
In an hour here on the Sign Zone, Louis Theroux's getting to grips with the violent and strange code of the inmates in the Miami mega jail. Now on BBC One and BBC One HD, showing a little later than scheduled, Kate Humble's in search of two spices that caused quite a stir.